Defensive Player of the Year. Let's go. Patriots cheat us, it don't matter. Let's go. Hey, Diggs, go home. Go home. And to think, after that, Ceedee, you give up a touchdown? Let's talk about it. Cowboys fans, what's going on, man? It's your boy Foots here. I'm still on a high. This game was the most irritating, fun, talk trash at the screen, go crazy, the refs, mental lapses, Connor Williams doing Connor Williams things, then having a great Connor Williams block on a few runs, Cedric Wilson dropping the ball, making some mistakes, almost fumbling the ball, then having a great catch on the last drop. Man, what a game. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Foots. This is going to be my longest recap ever, so bear with me. I got some vitamin water. I told you guys on the live stream with Joe that this game was not going to be easy. I got so many notes. It was times I couldn't even take notes during this game because I was just like, oh, what are the Cowboys doing? But it was clear that Bill had a plan, especially early, and let's talk about it. I thought that the Patriots, Dallas did their best job, did the best job of keeping this team around. But the Patriots are our team. They're well coached. Bill Belichick has won 7 Super Bowls, whether it's on Tom Brady, whoever it's on, whatever you guys want to say, Bill Belichick is an amazing coach. And for what he has with that rookie, that team, Mac Jones is going to be a good player in the league for a long time. I don't know how successful he'll be. I don't know if he'll be a Super Bowl winning coach. I'm not ready to go. Winning quarterback. I'm not ready to go there. But he'll be in the NFL for a long, long time. And I thought that Dallas was clearly the better team. The numbers don't lie. The offense don't lie. The offense didn't lie. The offensive numbers don't lie. I think the offense was dominant today. And just goofy. I wrote it down. Goofy, Patriot juice, calls, 4th and 1, Dak's goal line. How many times does a player jump over the goal line and it's just clear, it's just an easy touchdown, he just gets the ball over? And then the linebacker just times the punch perfectly, and it's a fumble. Or 4th and 1 on our 30, which I thought that was a good call. Let's talk about that. I thought, and then I'll get to kind of how the Patriots game planned us and what they were trying to do, and then how it changed with one Randy Gregory sack. I thought the game changed with Randy Gregory sack, and we'll talk about it. Like I said, this is a long one, y'all, so y'all stick in there because this game, I'm still on a high. We're going to talk about Ceedee's career day. I told you guys on the live stream on the recap last week, I think it's clear now that Ceedee is starting to assert himself in this league, in these games. It's like, dog, you got to get him the ball. He's just too electric. He's too different after the catch. He waves at Jalen Mills. Jalen Mills is a punk. Why are you pushing him in after the end zone? Like, that was just so dumb to me. But let's talk about it. So, early on, Dallas, clearly, they're run blocking well, they're pass blocking well. And on that drive, I thought that they had something. I really did. And then you get to 4th and 1. And there are people on Twitter who didn't like the call. I love Dallas going for it. I thought that Zeke didn't give enough effort, and that's just being honest. And you could tell that these guys, they kind of need a break. They need some time away from football. They do. If you want to be a championship offense, and you heard Amari Cooper say it, you go for those, because this defense couldn't stop you. And this is a great defense, guys. By the way, this Patriots defense is really good. They couldn't stop Dallas. The Patriots couldn't stop them. Like, Dallas stopped themselves, and Bill schemed it. You had Judon under control for the most part, and I think that what Coop said about you want to be a championship offense, I like McCarthy putting. Now, McCarthy had some questionable calls in this game, some questionable time management, but I'm not killing McCarthy. I'm not going to do that. I told y'all I'm not doing that. So this is not the channel for that. Go to those other channels where they're going to kill the head coach. I love Mike McCarthy. I love what he's doing with this team. If anything, why is Kellen Moore on a 2-point conversion running jet sweep on the goal line? You don't run jet. Woo! You don't run jet game on the goal line. The field's not. It has no real threat. You run jet from 20 going on your 20 going, and you don't run on that way. You don't run 20 in goal or red line area because it has no real threat. The safeties can come downhill. They have no real passing threat. It's too congested. But anyway, I'm all over the place, y'all. Let me jump back. Let me get focused. I love that Mike McCarthy put confidence in his offense, saying we're going for it. And you know what? You gave up a touchdown. And I thought that gave the Patriots life. It did. And it made for a great game. But really, the Patriots were dead on offense. They were. But they were doing some quick things. They were trying to get the ball out quick. And then, boom. On top of all the penalties, on top of all the goofy stuff, I wrote it down. The Randy Gregory. Now, listen, you were down 14-7. So you give up a touchdown and you march right down the field. Schultz, I forget who was in on that drive. Ceedee was all game, just crazy. Schultz, Ceedee, run game. I think coup pass slant game. And then, boom, you score. And then they get the ball again and they score. You're like, what's going on here? Running game, their running game got a little going. Damian Harris isn't a bad player. They had some good runs there. And so then you're like, oh, what's going on? And then, boom, the Randy Gregory sack, to me, set the tone. And he had to. But that sack made the Patriots go into a shell. And really, that's where the game kind of like changed in a sense. Like, the game wasn't perfect, but it changed in a sense of where it's like, okay, now the Patriots are on their shells and their play calling changed. It got more conservative. If it wasn't a quick game, if it wasn't a quick run, they were making sure that they got the ball out of Mac Jones' hands because it was like, hey, rookie, welcome to the league. This ain't what you want. And I told y'all Randy Gregory was close. He got out of his stance. And that is a credit to him. It's a credit to this whole defense. You know, there were times today where you're like, it was one drive where the defense just got exposed in the run game. I didn't like it. They weren't feeling. Linebackers weren't feeling. Early on in the game, I didn't like the way Leighton Vander Esch was playing. I'm like, are you not reading your keys? Then on a dump out, he didn't come to balance. I didn't like the way that he ran and rallied in space. He didn't come to balance, and he gets put on TV. So LVE, I don't know where he was at mentally. I didn't like that. And so, but the defense is going to have moments like this, guys. We're just not that good of a defense to just go out there and just forgive the sins of I wouldn't say bad offensive play, but offensive play that isn't great. This offense is going to carry this team and the weapons that this team has. So run game sucked at times. At one drive it sucked. I thought late in the game we rallied and played well. But I want to talk about a few players and a few plays and a few sequences. I thought the block kick was huge. And then you go out and you don't get anything. But I still like the fact that, okay, Bones Fossil, I give him hell. But he said, Mike, let me dial this up. And Mike deserves credit because he let him dial that up. Okay? And then you don't get anything. But let's talk about now. Let's switch from that. And that's what I said. I tweeted and said, if you win this game, if the Cowboys win this game, this will be the most impressive win of the season because it was clear. Now we're wrapping back to the game plan of Bill Belichick and the refs and the calls. And there was so many calls. I tweeted a play where the guard literally grabbed Golston, who didn't have a bad game. He actually played pretty well. He grabbed him with his left hand and blocked him. And some of the stuff Bill was muddy game. Bill knew that he was outmatched, especially offensively. He knew he couldn't keep up. Let's muddy the game up. Let's make the game muddy. Let's do little things to get in their head. The pick to Wilson, I thought he could have fought for the ball better. Wilson had the weirdest game. I thought he had a drop in the end zone. Dak threw an absolute dime. I thought that play would have busted the game open a little bit. It had made them play more one-sided. That play hurt. Wilson has the drop on special teams. Almost the fumble. He did fumble. We got the ball back, luckily. And then on the last drive, the throw to Cedric Wilson was just amazing. It was. And Wilson made the catch. So, Wilson, chill out with the Terrence Williams hands catching. With the body catching. That's more hands catch. But I got to give you credit. And as a team, the Cowboys have to win these games. But I want to talk about two players. Obviously, Ceedee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs. Those are my players of the game. Dak threw for a house in a mansion today. He gets paid. He got his bread, and he showed why he's a franchise guy. And I love the player. I love Dak Prescott. Don't let anybody tells y'all just because I'm critical of him. I love him and he played well today. But Ceedee Lamb, my God, this is what I was talking about. Where after the catch, the route running is now starting to come together. The explosion after the catch, the finishing runs, the jumping ability. Dog, did y'all see that route in the back of the end zone? The lob to him was it was stupid, dog. It was stupid. He cooked that baby. I don't even think that Dallas throws him enough fade balls. And then on the play action, you see him throw his hand up like, Jalen Mills can't run with me. Stop playing. 2 touchdowns for Ceedee Lamb. It's gonna be scary for the league, man. I think he's Devontae Adams, man. A more physical Devontae Adams. And I'm not jumping out there with that. I think Ceedee Lamb is a more physical Devontae Adams, and it's gonna be scary once he really gets it going. And this is what I meant by, I'm not saying that Coop is the 2, but Coop is more, what you get out of the slant in the 9 game. With Ceedee, bro, he's a wild card. He's the Joker. Ceedee is really the Joker, dog, and it's scary. And then obviously, Trayvon Diggs. That play, I love Kazee. I love this whole defense. I love Curse knife through. He had a great play in the backfield. That play was on Kazee. The big touchdown was on Diggs. That's what Diggs does, bruh. That touchdown. That Mac Jones shouldn't have thrown that football. If we're being honest, Mac Jones should not have thrown that football, Cowboys fans. He shouldn't have. Cowboys, Patriots fans, NFL fans, he should not have thrown that football, y'all. He shouldn't have. He does that. Dog, Kyle Hamilton, Notre Dame safety, picks that and takes it to the house. And I know because he was hurt, so I'm not going to give him hell. But he shouldn't have thrown that football. You got to scrape up. You're on the roof, bro. It's cover 2. You're on the roof. That's your drop. What are you talking? I can't believe there are fans out there who really thought that Diggs got beat. Diggs literally pointed to him mid-play, and that was your assignment, dude. Nonetheless, Diggs, he didn't whine about it. He didn't cry about it. It's football. Things happen. But I thought that his pick six the guy's incredible, man. He is. And he had a great game up until that point. So you got the win, Cowboys fans. I've already went back, reviewed my notes. I'm going to rewatch the game tonight. I can't even sleep. Go Cowboys, man. Enjoy this one, y'all. This was special. And by the way, this is my longest recap. It's your boy Foots. Hey.